My name is Rosemary Cavagnaro. I have lived in East Hampton Village for 40 years and in Springs for 22 years.
Randy Reichart, East Hampton, 14 years. Most of my life I grew up in Springs, for 60 total. We're at Hampton Auto Collision in Springs. Been in business about 35 years. Looking forward to a few more. We love this location. It's just very, community oriented.
It got a little crazy. We had to slow down for about a month. Then we were able to come back in May of 2020. And since then, we've been going like gangbusters because of the population of New York moving out to East Hampton. And what normally would have been a seasonal location has turned into a year-round location. And we are so busy, but unfortunately, we're also short-staffed like everybody else out here. Of course, our short staffing is pre-pandemic as well, just due to our location here in Springs. We have very limited resources in trying to get qualified help.
I thought they'd get it under control a lot quicker than what they did, and it wouldn't take as long to recover, as we're still trying to recover. I think it was mishandled, and it's a scary world out there right now. I really thought the business was over because I had to like Rosemary said, I had to let everybody go for about a month. Got the loan from the government that put us back on the map, back in business. Parts are an issue. We're still having problems getting parts and everything. But like she said, help is the biggest issue. It's not people with cars. There's tons of those.
In the beginning, there were fewer people on the road, so there were still people out there traveling, though, because people did have to go to work. Not everybody was at home closed down. Normally, seasonal summers would be very busy due to the large influx of people. Once they allowed more people to get out, that large influx never really went away. And basically, more people is more accidents. Also, you have a lot of people that seasonally, they don't drive very much. So I think that probably contributed a lot to the accidents. Also, though we may be at the very eastern end of Long Island, we are not rural area whatsoever. And I think people feel that they're driving like they're upstate New York. And I think that also contributes to the way people drive and the accidents. Still has not slowed down.
No. And these roads just aren't made for this amount of cars. I mean, let's face it, the cars are bigger, more powerful now, and people, just don't pay attention with the cell phones and everything else. That's the biggest problem. Plus the deer. I mean, that's another problem that we have out here. We're a lot safer. We mask up and make sure the office is clean. Try to keep people out of the office. Try to keep them out of the back. Have to wear a mask inside. That's how it was, unless you're fully vaccinated now. Clean the car, top to bottom, when we get it, when it leaves here, and that's how we've been doing it. Protective covers on the floor, steering wheel, shifters, all that.
And constantly cleaning ourselves too, the hands, the parts that come in because we don't know who touched them, what they've been doing, the cars themselves. As much as you think people are being careful, no one knows, We all grew up out here. We're all used to summers. We all used to the crowds coming. To have them year-round, you had to readjust your schedule, like going to the grocery store. I would go at 7 o'clock in the morning during the summer. That continued all year because I just couldn't get in. Or I'm standing on long lines, which I never would do.
But our summer, really, it started a year ago, March, right, after the pandemic started. And we, like I said before, we, shut down for a little bit, but I was here just answering the phone or whatever, doing what you had to do just to, keep it alive, because we didn't know what was going to happen. And it's just not slowed up. That's a problem now.
Yeah.
Because we're all tired.
It hasn't slowed, and we lost help. So we're just like scrambling. My yard is consistently filled, and it's me and the phones and Randy and Sam working back here.
I think they all came together as much as possible to try to help each other. If somebody was home or something, couldn't get out, somebody would drop off food to them or whatever. The food pantries out here did a phenomenal job. It's incredible. That's who you ought to be talking to also.
His sister runs the Springs Food Pantry. But yes, they will tell you the numbers are out of this world. People, because they're mostly locals that go to the food pantry, people you would never expect to see, because all of a sudden there's no income. You've got mortgage payments, you've got children, you got to feed people. I mean, and truly, I think the community and also our supervisor, Peter Van Scoik, jumped on it, made sure, as soon as we could, we had testing going on, we had vaccines out here. He put up a big stink when they were just doing it up in Nassau County or just one place in Suffolk. I mean, he went to bat for us, and it has also led to, I believe, that East Hampton itself is 90% vaccinated, and I think that's due to a large part. But yes, I agree with Randy. The community came together. I mean,
Definitely.
if you didn't have something, you couldn't get out of the house. They made sure you were in touch with people. Everyone's like, have you heard from somebody? Because, especially with a lot of seniors, Meals on Wheels, things like that. I mean, the senior citizen place closed down, and a lot of times that was the only hot meal a senior could get during the day. And I think everybody really stepped up, and we just did what we had to do. I mean, that's what you got to do.
Scary. Just because you don't know what was going to happen. That was the thing. You're getting mixed messages on the internet, on the TV, and the news. I mean, it seemed like nobody knew what the correct answer is.
Scary that people are not out there getting vaccinated. I mean, when you were a child, your mother didn't think twice about getting you vaccinated for polio. I don't understand people's objections to getting vaccinated today. And that is the only way to eradicate any sort of major disease is through vaccinations. It is the only way to stop it. And I don't understand anybody thinking the horrible things that they think, but social media has a lot to do with that.